Valley News Live on KX4. This is Valley News Live at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. The stay-at-home order for residents of a North Fargo neighborhood has been lifted. The Cass County Sheriff's Office says they were carrying out an eviction just before 1 p.m. in the 500 block of 22nd Avenue North when a man exhibited alarming behavior involving a weapon. That's when the county issued a shelter-in-place notification for people in the area. The man refused to leave the home, and deputies eventually decided to back off and try again another day. Tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10, we'll hear from neighbors as they react to the unsettling situation. Here's a look at today's top 4 at 4. A memorial has been set up for a young boy killed at a Moorhead apartment earlier this week. 6-year-old Marcellus was left unsupervised with several other children at an apartment in the 400 block of Sunrise Circle Sunday night when police say the children found a gun and ended up shooting and killing Marcellus.
He was so loving and caring with his sisters and brothers. He was just like, he was a sweet kid.
And tonight on Valley News Live at 6, hear an exclusive interview with Marcellus's mother and how she wants the community to remember him. Several containers of THC extract have been seized by U.S. Customs and Border Protection in Pembina. THC is the psychoactive compound found in marijuana. Border Patrol says the shipment was disguised as a non-alcohol disinfectant. They had a canine check it out, and the dog alerted agents to a suspicious odor. Samples of the substance were analyzed at a lab to confirm that it was THC. Police in Lisbon are asking for your help after a picnic table was set on fire. The Park District posted this photo to their Facebook page. If you have information on the incident or know who may be responsible, call Lisbon Police at 701-683-4141. This afternoon, President Biden held his first formal press conference since taking office. A little more than 2 months into his administration, questions hit on issues from gun control to North Korea. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes. That wraps up today's top 4 at 4. Now here's a first look at our weather with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch.
Good evening, Stacy. Hello, everyone. As we head into our evening, we have some changes in store for our weather. As we see clear skies across most of Minnesota right now, clouds are building in the western and central part of the Dakotas with even a few showers that are encroaching in the Devil's Lake Basin as we speak. Some of these showers likely are reaching the ground, though. They're off towards Rolla and west of Benson and Ramsey County. A few sprinkles possible in Towner County right now. This activity will continue to travel eastward this evening. Look at temperatures ranging from the mid-40s and cooler in central Minnesota to mid and even upper 50s as we talked about last night. A shot at that 60-degree weather. We're close to that in Jamestown as we speak. Now, as we go through the evening here in the FM area, we're going to see temperatures slip sliding into the 40s as we get beyond sunset. Our wind will be persistent out of the south-southeast, and those clouds will be on the increase. Our chance of any precipitation here in Fargo will come later as we go into the night and even the day tomorrow. We'll have much more in your hour-by-hour forecast on these changes. Stacy, it does not look like a drought buster here. Just some light rain showers in the offing, maybe a mix. I'll have hour-by-hour details on what you can expect here in a moment.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch.
You bet.
Some new numbers from the Minnesota Department of Health show some Minnesotans vaccinated for COVID-19 have still caught the virus. According to the health department, there have been 89 breakthrough cases in the state, with a small number of them involving hospitalization. That number sounds alarming, but health officials say it's not when you consider more than 800,000 people have been fully vaccinated. That's less than 0.1%. Doctors say even those who required hospitalization had milder symptoms. Pfizer is launching a trial studying its coronavirus vaccine in children aged 6 months to 11. Pfizer says the first phase will enroll 144 children and will test 3 different dosages of the vaccine. Phases 2 and 3 will evaluate the vaccine's safety and effectiveness and will include roughly 4,500 children in the U.S. and Europe. The vaccine is currently authorized for emergency use in people 16 and older. Pregnant women were omitted from the initial COVID-19 vaccine trials, which left many to wonder how the vaccines will affect them and their unborn child. But now data from a new study is shedding light on this important topic. Researchers looked at 131 women who had either received the Moderna or Pfizer vaccine including 84 women who were pregnant. All of the participants showed a strong immune response. In fact, the antibody levels were higher when compared to those found in people who had been infected with COVID-19. The antibodies were also present in all of the umbilical cord blood and breast milk samples, which shows antibodies can be passed on to newborns. To stay on top of the latest COVID vaccine-related information, use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's right on the homepage of our website, or you can open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up. COVID-related fraud has cost Americans nearly $400 million, and that's just the fraud the government knew about. Almost 220,000 people have filed a coronavirus-related fraud report with the Federal Trade Commission since January 2020, with seniors hit the hardest. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau reports fielding nearly 550,000 pandemic-related complaints last year. The Labor Department just launched a website for people whose information was used to claim fraudulent unemployment benefits. We'll have that link up on our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. Good news to report on the latest employment numbers. According to the U.S. Labor Department, first-time claims for unemployment unexpectedly fell sharply last week amid signs that hiring has picked up. First-time claims totaled 684,000. That's less than the 735,000 expected by economists. It's the first time the number has been below 700,000 since the pandemic began. Today, President Biden held his first news conference since taking office, taking on tough topics from the southern border to foreign policy disputes in North Korea. Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
From the East Room of the White House, President Biden touted progress in the federal response against the coronavirus.
Today, I'm setting a second goal, and that is we will, by my 100th day in office, have administered 200 million shots.
But he faced tough questions about what many call a growing crisis on the southern border. The surge of unaccompanied children arriving this month is expected to reach historic levels.
If an unaccompanied child ends up at the border, we're just going to let them starve to death and stay on the other side. I'm not going to do it.
The president has called on Congress to act in the wake of 2 mass shootings in less than a week. During the news conference, he was also pressed on calls to abolish the filibuster in an evenly divided Senate.
Let's deal with the abuse first. I want to get things done. I want to get them done consistent with what we promised the American people.
On the foreign policy front, the president is facing growing tensions as North Korea has resumed its missile tests. A U.S. official says the country test-fired what appeared to be 2 short-range ballistic missiles into the Sea of Japan Thursday.
If they choose to escalate, we will respond accordingly. But I'm also prepared for some form of diplomacy.
While President Biden said it's too soon to plan for 2024, he announced that he expects to run for re-election with Vice President Kamala Harris as his running mate. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
During today's news conference, the president said his next major initiative is infrastructure. He says he'll lay out his plans soon. The suspect in the deadly Boulder mass shooting made his first court appearance this morning. He faces 10 charges of first-degree murder in the Monday shooting at King Soopers grocery store. Prosecutors say they'll be filing additional charges in the next couple weeks as investigators complete crime scene processing. The defense asked for a status conference ahead of a preliminary hearing in order to get a mental illness assessment and examine all the evidence. Prosecutors did not object, and the judge allowed 60 to 90 days for the defense to prepare. Opening statements begin Monday in the trial of the former Minneapolis police officer charged with killing George Floyd. Authorities say so far demonstrations as the trial nears have been peaceful, and they want to keep it that way.
No neighborhood deserves to feel violence and chaos. Everyone should feel comfortable walking on the street, on their sidewalk.
The jury that will decide Derek Chauvin's fate is unusually diverse by local standards, and that's boosting activists' hopes for a conviction. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is set to deliver his State of the State address Sunday at 6 p.m. He'll be speaking from his former social studies classroom at Mankato High School. He was scheduled to deliver the address last Sunday, but it was postponed after a COVID exposure in the governor's office. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels Air Show Advance Team flew into Fargo this afternoon. They're gearing up for the Fargo Air Show this summer. Since its inception, the Blue Angels have flown for more than 450 million spectators worldwide. The Fargo Air Show runs July 24th and 25th. Tickets are available now. The Happy Harry's Rib Fest is coming back to the Fargo Dome this summer. It'll take place outside the Dome June 9th through the 12th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. There will be live entertainment. Organizers say they're offering additional spacing and seating and relocated entrances and exits to keep everyone safe. The Bison are hitting the road this weekend to take on the University of South Dakota, and you can catch all the action on KVLY. The pregame show starts at noon on Saturday. Kickoff is at 1.
Surfer's delight and a dog and a dog owner's kind of nightmare, I guess.
Coming up, a Minnesota man being honored for saving the lives of both a person and a dog.
Temperatures today in eastern North Dakota well into the 50s for most of us, even a few 50s in western Minnesota. As we started our day, things were pretty clear as the sun rose out of the eastern sky. We have clouds and showers in the forecast as changes are coming. Details next.